local people, local news and events, local sports, local matters. For all things Lloydminster area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Hey, we want to welcome you into the Canadian Brewhouse here in Lloydminster for our Tuesday night sports show. We're excited to be here at the Canadian Brewhouse once again. And here at the Canadian Brewhouse, they always have something cooking up for Canada Day. And this year is special. Next Tuesday, one day only, all day long, poutine tacos, buffalo and fries and cheese curds and, of course, gravy. It started out as an April Fool's Day prank, and then all of a sudden people said, hey, that sounds really good. So all day on Canada Day, you can get poutine tacos here at the Canadian Brewhouse. And there's live music coming to the Canadian Brewhouse as well. On Saturday, July 5th, The Indecisive will be playing in Lloydminster from 9 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. here at the Canadian Brewhouse, but I know they're really excited about Taco Tuesday on Canada Day. And, of course, today is Taco Tuesday here at the Canadian Brewhouse. And don't forget, this is the home of the Edmonton Oilers. Hockey season is not over yet. We got the big draft coming up on Friday, and then it's free agency frenzy coming up on July the 1st. We remind you that right now at the new Lloydminster Nissan, you can get into a beautiful Nissan Rogue or Nissan Kicks at 0% financing. And in our service department right now at the new Lloydminster Nissan, get 25% off AC work and 10% on oil changes. That's till the end of the month on all makes and all models. We want to welcome Steph Rachkewich and Trista Brewer to the program here to talk about the Evolve Summer Basketball Camps that are happening July 4th to 6th, and they have another camp that's happening over the summer as well, so we'll talk about that. We'll also be joined in a bit by CPCA driver Colby Stanley. He's going to be talking about his hometown show, which is this weekend out in Onion Lake. And Colby's had a good start to the season, although it's been rough going with all the rain. But he's also headed down to Calgary to be a demo driver at the Rangeland Derby. So we're looking forward to chatting with Colby Stanley, the Cobra, here in just a bit at the Canadian Brewhouse. Superior Water specializes in nothing but water, and with over 22 years in the business, they're proud and confident that their water and their service is superior. For iron filters, water softeners, reverse osmosis distillers, chlorine removal, and H2S odor removal, you can give Superior Water a call today at 780-875-6636 or see them on their 57th Avenue location right beside Sheepskin Loft, and stay hydrated with pure, clean water. I drink Superior Water because, after all, it is superior water. Well, we're proud to say the parade broadcast, which has become such a staple in Lloydminster, will happen again this year despite the closure of both television stations. I'm excited that Live with Kurt Price will be working with Vadir Images, Jason Whiting, and Forges Media, Faye Forges, to bring you the 2025 parade broadcast on July 9th. So you'll be able to watch that on Facebook and on YouTube. And we want to thank our presenting sponsor, which is Lloydminster and District Co-op, as well as help from the Gold Horse Casino in the city of Lloydminster. So you can catch that starting at 10 a.m. on July 9th as we bring you the Lloydminster and District Co-op Parade broadcast. So we're happy to keep that tradition alive and strong here in Lloydminster. We'll be heading out again this week to congratulate and deliver another dozen signature cupcakes to one special caregiver in our community. If you haven't nominated a caregiver yet, we urge you to do so. All you have to do is send us an email to livewithkurtprice@gmail.com. Just tell us a little bit about that caregiver, or tell us a lot about that caregiver. It may be a nurse, doctor, any kind of caregiver that's a professional, but it also might be the mom who takes care of one of her kids, or takes care of the dad, or the dad takes care of the mom. Family members are definitely able to be nominated for cupcakes for caregivers. Any kind of caregivers are eligible. Once again, just email livewithkurtprice@gmail.com, and that's brought to you by Sobeys in Lloydminster and the Lloydminster and District United Way. Well, one really exciting sports note to bring you before we get to our interview today, and that is that the Lloydminster Bobcats have announced their home opener, September 19th against the Fort McMurray Oil Barons. And not just that they've announced when the home opener is happening, but where it is happening. They have announced that that game will be played at the Cenovus Energy Hub. So until now, there's just been kind of speculation that things are running ahead of schedule. The Cenovus Energy Hub will be opening in November. Everybody's kind of like, but cross your fingers, it could be September. This kind of shows that they're running so far ahead of schedule that it will be open in September. So that's really, really exciting to know that we're getting really, really close to that Cenovus Energy Hub opening up. And the first game of the regular season for the Bobcats, first home game anyway, will be played at the new arena. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the Evolve Summer Basketball Camps happening July 4th to 6th. We're here at the Canadian Brewhouse in Lloydminster.
At CK McKean Roofing, they understand what it took to put that roof over your head for your family. With over 20 years of experience under their belt, they strive to show you that with their workmanship and their integrity. Not all roofing companies are created equal, and that's why CK McKean Roofing encourages you to focus on your most important investments, your home and your family. CK McKean Roofing. Roofers do it on top.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
I want to welcome you back inside the Canadian Brewhouse, where once again it is Taco Tuesday here at the Canadian Brewhouse. And a reminder, next Tuesday, which is Canada Day, is the huge all-day long taco poutine, the poutine taco here at the Canadian Brewhouse. BioClean Disaster Services is committed, certified, reliable, and they will help you get your life back. 1-833-246-8326. When you're talking about any kind of disaster that's interrupting your family life, BioClean Disaster Services knows what's important to you. They know that taking care of your belongings, taking care of your property, your business is so important, but getting you back to where you were before the disaster, that's where they strive to be. And what they do is work with you to keep you updated all along the way, because taking care of you and your family is what is most important to BioClean Disaster Services. You see them on the swimming pool, you see them on park benches, you see them sponsoring a lot of things in Lloydminster. That's because they're local. 1-833-246-8326. They're not only Lloydminster's local restoration company, they're also Lloydminster's largest restoration company. Well, we are excited to be joined here at the Canadian Brewhouse by Steph, Rachkewich, and Trista Brewer, and they are putting on the Summer Evolve Basketball Camp. So thanks for being here, ladies. Appreciate you giving us some time.
Thanks for having us.
So let's talk about the basketball camps, and let's maybe start with the idea behind having these basketball camps.
For sure. So we started our club, I guess, 3 years ago, and then we originally started as part of Renegades basketball, and it has since sort of dissolved. And so we decided this year that we're both quite passionate about girls basketball in particular. There's a lot of research behind how girls in particular drop out of sports at a higher rate than boys, especially at the high school age. So we continued our U18 high school age club team this year, and then we had some demand to open up to U15s as well. So we just finished our club season, And it was really successful, first time running a U15 team, and the girls are always asking for more basketball. So as we love basketball, we both play in the Lloydminster Ladies League, and we both played. Trista went to Holy, which I went to the comp, so kind of rivalry there, but different times, so it's all good. But yeah, so we have deep roots in Lloydminster basketball, and we just want to create more opportunities for kids to come out and keep playing. And you'll see on our poster that Jared Durkatz is coming and joining us once again for a club. He just came in for a camp, sorry. He just came in February, and he also has deep roots in Lloyd basketball. So he played at the comp and then played with the Wrestlers at Lakeland, and then he's since gone on to build a basketball company in Saskatoon. He's done some coaching with the Saskatchewan Pro team, and he does a lot of work with kids who want to go to the NCAA, so play like Div 1 basketball. So he works with UPrep in Vancouver, and he runs the basketball experience company in Saskatoon. So he's a wealth of knowledge, and bringing him in for camps, we have kids coming back. They're really excited to work with him again because he knows fundamentals so well. He's got a great mind for the game. And he called me up one day when we were running the alumni tournament for the Barons basketball, and just asked what opportunities are here. And his heart is just about giving back to the Lloydminster basketball community. So we're pretty much here for it. Whenever he wants to come, we'll open up the gym and work with our kids, bring some kids out, and just provide more opportunities for kids to get on the court.
Is he coming for all 3 days?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Let's talk about what happens during those camps and maybe the age groups.
Yeah, for sure.
We have 2 age groups for the camps this time. 8 to 13 is good. Enrollment is still open, so right now it's looking like about 8 till 13 is going to be our morning session, where we're going to have both a mixture of boys and girls working with Coach Rack, myself, Jarrett, and Julian on a variety of things: offense, defense, shooting form. In the last camp that we had in February, it all depends on the level of skill of the kids who come out. So we had 2 sessions. We split it female and male last time, and they were all high school aged kids. So we had fairly similar talent throughout the session. So we were able to do like more advanced stuff, and especially by the second day, we were able to do some quite advanced stuff with using distraction and using heavy tennis ball work for dribbling techniques, and some blocker pads for creating a little bit more contact and things like that. Because we are opening it up to the younger kids, it will be a little bit more tailored to more fundamentals, I think, in the morning sessions, because your basic fundamental skills are the most important skills, and we really need to drive that message home. And just because they're your fundamental skills doesn't mean they're boring. I think that's one really great thing that we've learned working with Jarrett is it's so easy to make it fun. Basketball is a simple game. It's an old game, but it's fun. Mm-hmm. And the more fundamental skills you have, then when you get to the higher levels, then it becomes decision making, right? And that becomes, once you have those fundamental skills, you can just use them to change angles and create more opportunity. So yeah, the younger kids we're really going to drive home those important skills that we see need more work, more time, because you build those skills through reps, just like every other sport, right? You have to put in the reps, you have to put in the work to get into the higher level, the more advanced skill building. So yeah, we're really excited to be able to open it up to the younger kids, because we were asked this year to expand our club from just a U18. We were really happy coaching together on a U18 team.
Yep.
But there was a definite need. People asked us, will you open to a U15 team? And we said, we'll give it a shot, and it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Was that because of demand?
Yeah, we had people approach us and say, like
just so many kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a ton of kids who, like, it doesn't really seem, Lloyd's very much a hockey town.
Yeah.
But there definitely is a demand for basketball. We have a lot of kids, like, I have the benefit of working in the school, and just, I have kids in the hallway who come and ask, and then all of a sudden, you know, I started reffing this year. I'm on maternity leave, so I wasn't coaching, and I was like, oh, I'll just ref on my time off. And through reffing some of the junior high tournaments and playoffs and stuff, I got to know some of the kids, and especially the younger kids from the surrounding communities. We had a lot of girls from Marwayne, some Provost, some Paradise Valley. They wanted to play more basketball, and so yeah, it was mostly through refereeing, I think, that we felt it out. And then we did have some local girls come and approach us and say, like, hey, we want to play for your club. And we've got a great group of U18 girls who have gone back to their schools and their community groups, and they've talked about their experience. And we're very grateful that they do. They're our best advertisers. So I think they really value the team culture and those sorts of things. So, yeah, it's cool kind of how it exploded this year. And we're trying to grow so that we can offer more. We'd like to start younger. There really is, like, if you look at hockey in Lloyd, there's opportunities to start when you're 5 years old, even younger than that. And so there's tons of coaches, tons of clubs to play on, all those sorts of things. Volleyball is huge all of a sudden in Lloyd. We fight for gym times all the time. But with basketball, the opportunities aren't as there as they used to be. Like, I used to play Border City basketball, and that's not around anymore. So I know there's groups that are providing great opportunities, but lots of kids want to get out, especially after they play their very short elementary season. So yeah, we're excited. Our camps and stuff, they work as advertising, a little bit of fundraising for us so that we can pay tournament fees and sign up for tournaments early on in the year for the club season. And then as that grows, we want to expand a little bit to the younger groups. So that's why we're bringing in the 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, that kind of thing, just to put our name out there a little bit.
So the afternoon session will be a little more advanced for the older kids.
Yep, the afternoon session will be the 14 to 17-year-olds. Yeah, and then, yeah, it gets into more advanced, a lot of mental, right? Because one of the biggest philosophies in our club, and it's changed a lot since I played basketball. Basketball's an old game and it's a fun game, but when I played, we were given plays to run, where it was like, you go here, you screen this, you cut that, and we try to get the ball to one of these 3 people. I think the biggest change that I've seen going from playing to coaching is what we're really working with the girls on is decision making. So we give them the skills. We'll start a drill, and this is, we saw Jarrett do it in February as well, where we'll start a drill with like a basic principle, and then we build on it, and it becomes like your scaffolding. And by the end of maybe the first session, you can tell that you're playing an offense, right? But there's no, you have to go here when this happens. It's read the floor and decide where you're going, how you react, right? And I think that's a lot more applicable to life nowadays. Kids, we both, Steph and I, feel like we want kids to feel empowered to make decisions. So when we give them plays and we say, execute this play, we're not empowering them to make a choice. When we say, this is how we're going to strategize, and we tell them, we know that this is hard, right? Because we want you to make a decision, and there are multiple right decisions based on how the other team is reacting to you. You can't fail yourself by trying something new. And I think that that's one of the biggest things that Coach Rack and I both try to push, and we try to push into our camps, is in camps and in practice, we want you to push yourself to that line, right? Because so many of us don't know where that line is anymore. We push yourself to that line where you're comfortable, and then try to go a little bit past it, because that's where the growth happens, right? And when you can practice in new things that you've never seen done before or tried before, and you can practice them in a camp, and you can practice them in practices, you'll feel more empowered to give that a shot in a game. Because in a game, it's not likely going to work the first time, right? And I think that's something how many times do we say that this year? Yeah. Fail is just your first attempt in learning. That's all that we're trying to tell you. You have to fail to succeed. Very few people succeed the first time, and I think that's part of how we came up with Evolve.
Totally. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
We were going through a bunch of names, and it's like, we have to fail because we need we can't succeed until we fail and fix. But we can't just. We don't ever want to just tell them how to fix it. We give them different scenarios, and we try to empower them to make those decisions, and then hopefully that builds their confidence in the real world, outside of the basketball court.
And to add to that, one of the things, I was just talking to Jared about camp planning today, and one of the things that he wants to bring this time is some film study, so a bit of a classroom session. The total time in the camp is 9 hours for each group, so for part of that we want to sit down and look at the way the game is played and talk about decision making and how to read and react and those sorts of things. So just adding another element to what we can offer at a camp. He's got lots of ideas, so it's fun for us. Like, we're evolving all the time as coaches. If you look at us from our first year of running a club team together to now, our philosophy is so much different. Our drills, our practices look a lot different, and bringing Jared in is a part of us growing as coaches as well. Like, we always want to be learning and doing those things for ourselves. So
Who can take part?
Who can't take part? Any 8 to 17-year-olds.
Doesn't matter if you live in the city or you live out of the city?
No, we already have some registrations from outside of the city.
yeah, as far as North Battleford, we've got kids from Paradise Valley. Yeah, I know for both of us, we traveled to camps for sports in summers when we were in high school and junior high. So yeah, it's wide open. We are capping spots, so they are limited, just because one of our biggest philosophies is about meaningful coaching and providing those one-on-one small group. Like, we want you to know that we know your name and we've paid attention to you while you've been here. So
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's part of, one of our big philosophies is the club. So we're capping at 20 participants per session. Both are about half full already.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So how do you get registered?
Our poster that is on your show and also on our Instagram has our link to our registration form
The QR
online.
code?
Yeah, there's a QR code, and then if you go on our Instagram, it's linked there. You can just click the link. And then, that's the best way to get registered. You do have to pay a deposit to participate, just because we're capping spots. But yeah, once that's filled in, you get a confirmation email, and then you're good to go.
How much is that?
It is $150 for the camp. So, yeah, that covers the 3 days. So
Right.
9 hours.
It's a 50% deposit, so it's a $75 deposit and the deposit is non-refundable, just because we are capping spots.
Yep.
And we don't want to have people not showing, like, registering and then not showing up the day of, when that spot could have gone to somebody else. I think we are over half full in the afternoons, like for the 14 to 17-year-olds now. So yeah, it's the word's getting out there that.
Well, it's right around the corner. What is the deadline, just till it fills up?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I think whatever coaches are doing now is really, really paying off, because younger athletes seem to be taking that next step sooner, don't they?
It
like
does
in
seem
any
like
sport,
it.
in any sport,
Yeah.
basketball included.
The club culture, I think, has changed the landscape a little bit. I've as a school coach, you see more club teams and more opportunities for kids to continue playing outside of their season. And I caution kids not to pick one sport. There's so much value to being a multi-sport athlete. Some of our strongest club players have been track athletes, have played rugby, have wrestled.
Badminton.
And we encourage that, just, to work your full body and to build relationships outside of just the basketball community. But it does almost feel to kids like, if I don't play a club team, I'm going to be behind for school. And it's just about athleticism, and your attitude. Those things matter so much more than if you're playing in a club. But I mean, a 3-day camp to get in, work with somebody who's coached at the professional level, those kinds of things, they don't hurt either. So it's all about finding your own balance. But yeah, we're just here to provide an opportunity, a chance to get out, and then hopefully, athletes choose what works best for them.
Yeah.
Anything I'm forgetting to ask that you want people to know about the camp? Or you have another summer camp. You have an extended camp. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so do you want to talk about it?
Sure. Yeah. So when we first started talking about doing the weekend camp, there's always the opportunity where that weekend's not going to work for everybody, right? We had to pick the best weekend that we could for the coaching staff that was available this summer. But we talked about it, and we're like, we both just love basketball so much. We do,
And teaching.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we do love teaching.
I'm not a natural born teacher. Steph has definitely helped me to. I love kids, and I'm very passionate about empowering, especially young women. But Steph is definitely helping me with the language that kids use nowadays. But yeah, our 6-week development camp when we get into our season, we see there's so many different ways that kids are being coached, which is a great thing, right? From every school, from every junior and senior coach has a different take on the game, right? But one of the things that I learned through my son, who's currently in elementary school, is that gym teachers also sort of create their own curriculum, where there is a mandate. I don't fully understand it, so don't quote me on any of this, but there is a mandate, but the teacher who is teaching that class, and it's my son's homeroom teacher who teaches his, like, they gravitate to the sports that they know the best, and they try to touch a little bit on each sport. But so when I was in elementary school, we had a gym teacher that was dedicated to teaching us gym, where his homeroom teacher is his gym teacher now. So you can't be expected to know the fundamentals, I don't think, of every sport. Mm-hmm. So the younger groups, the sooner we can teach them proper shooting form, proper defensive stance, help side defense, and why we do help side defense. So our development camp is more, there's 6 sessions, and each session is going to have a target. One of them, we're going to work on shooting form. We're going to work on shooting all over the court. We're going to work on shooting stationary. We're going to work on shooting in motion, like just a ton of different shooting. We're going to do a little bit of the mental side of offense in one. We're going to dedicate one, maybe even 2 full sessions to defense and defensive principles, because I think you can speak better to it, but in this area, you're not allowed to play a zone.
Yeah, you can't. So in Saskatchewan basketball, if you are younger than high school, you can't play a zone defense, which is when you start to play in other provinces. Being a border city, this is one of our challenges. When you start to play in other provinces, if you haven't played in the club scene, then you actually are at a bit of a disadvantage, because there's just different principles about how to attack a zone, how to play a zone, and it's one part of the game. But we notice that when kids start to understand the different systems, they are more effective and more confident. That's really the big thing that we see in club, is we really just want them to have the confidence to go out and compete, and to start to feel like, I can't compete against the Edmonton clubs, or Calgary is a big one. They've got a massive club basketball culture down there. And then we'd love to see girls go on and feel empowered to go on and play at a higher level, whether that's leading their high school teams, going on to the next level. So we're just offering 6 development sessions throughout the summer to just try and give those kids who have maybe some aspirations to, like I said, lead their high school team or even their junior high team. We're doing the U15 age group as well, or to move on to the next level, just to have those fundamental skills and some of those conversations. A lot of times, if like in our community, coaches aren't always guaranteed to be basketball players. So some of our schools are lucky to have teachers who volunteer, but the basketball knowledge isn't always quite there. So we just want to supplement that a little bit and expose kids to some of the terminology that they might hear if they go on to play in high school or at the next level, and just have those conversations with them, so it's not as much of a culture shock.
When do those start?
July 8th, and it's $90 to do all 6.
All 6.
Yeah.
And once again, that's the youth. That's the 8 to.
We're doing 13 to 17-year-olds, right? Or 12 to 17. I can't remember. U15 and U18 age groups.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on our poster. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it's 12 to 14 and 15 to 17.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 different sessions for each age
Yeah,
group.
we'll do an hour each. And all of our camps are run out of the high school, Lloyd Comp. So, those are also capped just to make sure that we get that one-on-one time, especially being that it's only an hour for the night. Those are capped at 10 athletes for each session.
Same way you get a hold of you.
For that one, just send us an email to register because it's less kids. We don't have a formal form, but our email is yllevolvebasketball@gmail.com.
Awesome. Yeah. Anything else I'm forgetting?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Well, thank you, ladies. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. And if there's any more camps or anything coming up, let us know. Love to have you back again.
Yeah.
No, thank you for having us.
The younger we get kids involved, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kurt.
We'll take a break, come back, and Colby Stanley will join us.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector. building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
Well, I want to welcome you back into the Canadian Brewhouse. We are excited here at the Canadian Brewhouse to have Canada Day poutine tacos all day long. What started as a joke, an April Fool's Day prank with buffalo chicken and fries and gravy and cheese curds has turned into people saying, we want that. So Canada Day, one day only, July 1st here at the Canadian Brewhouse. You can enjoy a fantastic poutine taco, but once again, that's one day and one day only here at the Canadian Brewhouse in Lloydminster. Welcome to Wellings of Lloydminster and a community of ageless explorers. At Wellings, age is but a number and adventure is always part of the day. Come experience carefreedom living at Wellings of Lloydminster, where adults 55 and plus enjoy a vibrant, stress-free way of life with a whole lot of fun. Stop in, say hello. They have their new general manager, Nicole, which you can say hello to at 7211 72nd Avenue. That's over on the Alberta side. And visit wellingsoflloydminster.com for more information. Wellings of Lloydminster, carefreedom living starts here. We're excited to talk to another chuckwagon driver, one that we have not had on the program before. So it's always great to catch up with somebody new. I've talked to him on stage, I've talked to him maybe behind the scenes, but never actually formally on the show. And so we're excited that Colby Stanley is joining us as he gets ready for his hometown show this weekend with the Onion Lake Cree Nation Sports Days happening. And then, of course, he's off to the Rangeland Derby as a demo driver. But, Colby, I want to ask you, so for a long time, you know, every time that they talk about Colby Stanley, they talk about your uncle. So could you tell us a little bit about him and how he helped you get into chuck wagons?
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to my family tree, there's every corner has a chuck wagon driver or a pony chariot driver or something to do with the racing. So Uncle Kirby was the only one actually in thoroughbred racing. So he was sort of the hero to us. So he's I mean, I try to live like he did every day, you know, and he was just always in a real good mood and always bringing the positive energy everywhere he went. And he just loved to race chuck wagons. I mean, you could tell even though he was just making it by and just happy to be there is what he was, right? So that's kind of how we look at things now. And we just appreciate being able to do this, and especially being able to do this for him.
How much do you appreciate that way of him being like that? It's not easy, Colby. It's not easy to be positive all the time and have a positive outlook, is it?
Yeah, well, it's nice to have a good role model like that, right? And he did rub off on you. So just the way I seen people look at him and treat him, I mean, that's the way I wanted people to see me too.
You took his colors. You have the Stanley colors, the orange. What else did you take from him and his driving skills?
Well, we didn't drive the same. It was I don't know. I drive a little different than everybody else, I think. But no, just seeing the way he drove and aggressive in the barrels and just being able to drive anything and everything, right? He made every horse work that he had on his wagon, and that's the way I try to be. And there is a lot of similarities there, I think. But like I said, we were two different drivers for sure.
How long have you been in the wagon box now?
This would be my 5th year with the thoroughbreds, but I did drive pony chariots and chuck wagons for 5 years before that.
They have both those coming. They have the big CPCA horses coming to Onion Lake starting on Friday, running through the weekend into Monday, right?
Yep.
Monday's the final. And they also have the ponies, the pony chariots racing too.
Yeah, a lot of our shows now, they have the pony chuck wagons and chariots there as well. So I used to drive a little bit of everything, but the wife turned that down and said no more. So I got to focus on my outfit only. But I enjoy it all. I mean, any chance I get to jump in a chariot or a pony wagon, I do.
So it used to be that Colby Stanley was one of the up-and-coming drivers of the CPCA. What's it like now that people are looking at you, Colby, as one of the premier drivers in the CPCA and a really safe driver?
Yeah, it's I don't know. It doesn't really change for me. I just have fun is what I do, right? I just enjoy doing it, and it doesn't matter if I'm first or last, or if I'm in the top of the standings or the bottom. I mean, I just love it. It doesn't matter if it's the chariots or the pony wagons, right? It's just I just enjoy it. Like I said, I just appreciate being able to do this every day.
Do you have a conscious effort to? I mean, all drivers do, I guess, penalty-free. Safe driving. How do you make that? How do you do that and still be fast?
I don't know. I don't know if I have an answer for you there. It's you just try.
It's got to be a conscious effort, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I mean, you just try to make the best of every race, right? And it is a mind game. Like this past weekend, we were in Whitecap, and one jump too early, I touched the lines and the horses folded up on me and I hit a barrel, right? So you try to stay clean every night, but things happen and you gotta, I take my 5 minutes to myself and get over it, and we look forward to the next day.
Yeah, that's rare for you, for something like that to happen. What's your off season like? Like, are you getting to the point now where you're getting serious about a championship?
It's definitely in the back of the mind, but when chuck wagons turns off, it turns to hockey. I play hockey in the winter, and my son plays hockey now, so I coach him as well. And I have 2 boys playing now, and then my twins are going to start here next winter. So it's you try to balance it, but like I said, it's just a switch from one to the other.
So they love playing hockey. Do they love going out with you in the chuck wagon season as well?
Oh, yeah. That's all my kids know, right? Like my second oldest was 24 hours out of the hospital to his first chuck wagon race, right? So
could you definitely see them continuing a tradition?
Oh, yeah.
I know you'd rather have them play in the NHL and make millions of dollars, but failing that, do you think you could see them continuing on the tradition?
I'm looking forward to having some free barn hands and some outriders I don't have to pay big bucks to, because those guys are making the big bucks, but if my kids are doing it, they might give that a deal.
You went up to Grand Prairie this year. First time doing that?
Yeah, and it was a great experience. I mean, really eye-opening, eh?
What made you decide? You know what? I'm gonna enter the Stampede this year.
It's kind of funny. They had 2 spots open up right before the show, and Calvin Fiddler's the one that called me. I didn't even read the email. I got the email, but I didn't read it. I'm pretty bad for that. So Calvin Fiddler called me and said, "There's 2 spots here." He said, "Let's apply and we'll travel together," he said. Cut the cost, and just go experience it. And after I applied, he gave me a call and said, yeah, I'm not going.
Oh.
He didn't even apply. So I ended up getting accepted there. And we were just fillers, right? Me and my Uncle Randall, we both went up there. And no, I'm really happy I did.
What did you learn from what do you take from a big show like that?
Just the professionalism for sure. Like seeing great Kelly Sutherland come up to you and you're waiting in the runway and tell you to be a few minutes quicker tomorrow and stuff like that, just the professionalism for sure. And the competitiveness, like it was crazy there. There's 44 wagons and it's all within 2-3 seconds, right?
One of the things the CPCA does so well is mentor young drivers. Do you feel like Colby Stanley starting to mentor some younger drivers?
Yeah, and in this sport, you learn every day. Like you never stop learning, and if you think you know it all, you're probably not going to be very good. So yeah, it's just I try to give tips, and whether they take them or not, that's up to them. But at the same time, I take tips from everybody, right? I try to learn and just be better every day.
You're still a young driver for the CPCA, but doing so well. But this season must be frustrating with all the rain.
Yeah, I mean, we were really lucky those first 4 years I ran, right? I don't think we had a rain out day. Like, it was really good. And, yeah, I mean, after Grand Prairie was really nice going up there and racing 5 days. And we were driving a bunch too, right? We were breaking horses and, it was a great start. And then to come home and then you're sitting like this, it's pretty frustrating. It's hard to stay motivated, right? But having the Stampede come pretty quick here, well, and Onion Lake, like my hometown show, they have a great track there. So even if we get rain, we're going to run, right? So we're just gearing up to get going here for the rest of the summer.
Should mention, if you're heading out to Onion Lake Cree Nation Sports Days, it's free admission.
Yeah, the whole show.
The whole show is free.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not going to pay at the gate, and races run 6 p.m. nightly.
Yeah, and they have events all day, right? Like
Yep.
Right from the morning right to midnight, pretty close. They have things going on all day, and free admission. You got to get out there and just experience it.
So I remember Ray Mitswing saying that Onion Lake was always special to him. He always felt like that was a really special show. You feel the same way?
Yeah, like, I mean, even just driving out there in the wagon and hearing the crowd a little bit. And, I mean, pulling in yesterday, I had people in the vehicles waving at me because I was pulling the wagon. So it's nice to have that support and that recognition. And, well, like I said, it's just a great place to run. The track's phenomenal, right? So it's one I look forward to for sure.
It's easy to spot you. You got a brand new, I wouldn't say paint job, but you got a brand new wagon to look at.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Like, I know Uncle Kirby really focused on that as well, is just looking good, right? You gotta look good. I mean, why not? It's you have the opportunity to do it, whatever you want with it, right? So, and if you look good, you feel good, you run good. That's the way I see it.
So, is there a little bit extra pressure going on Onion Lake for you being that it's hometown?
No, I never really ever feel pressure. And I'm not just saying that. Like, it's kind of funny. It's the most comfortable place for me is being in the wagon box, and it doesn't matter where I am, right? I just go into another space, and it doesn't matter what show or what race I'm in. It's just I feel like it's my natural habitat, I could say.
Even when things sort of go south, they did at Whitecap, it's like, it is.
Well,
stuff happens.
When stuff like that happens, I do pout a little bit. And
it's hard to imagine you not smiling.
Yeah, my son and my wife sure give me heck when I get back to the barns. But when I do hit a barrel, it doesn't happen too often. But when I do, I sit back and I kind of hold the horses back a little bit, right? And just save them for the next one.
I know it's not the call you were hoping to get for going to the Rangeland Derby, but tell us about going down and being a demo driver and how important that is.
I mean, I never expected it, especially this soon, right? Can I tell you a quick story?
Yep.
It's probably the craziest moment in my life. I've never been to the Stampede, right? And I've never even seen the track. And me and the wife actually went up for our anniversary to Banff a couple of years ago. And I asked her to drive me out to the track just to see it, right? And when I got there, I went into a completely different space. I don't know what it was or what happened, but we stood there for 10 minutes without even saying a word. And I just looked at her and said, "Get ready, we're coming." Like, I don't know what it was, and it's a true story. I mean, it was a moment I'll never forget, and I just seen myself there, right? Whether it was a demo driver or competing there. So she just looked at me and said, "Okay." So,
what was it like as a demo driver? Even you drive out and there's thousands and thousands of people, Colby.
Yeah, I still don't know what to expect, right? It's always just been kind of a fantasy for me, right? I've only ever watched it on TV, and like I said, I've only seen the track twice now. I went up to the tarp sale there, and I got to stand in the infield and take that all in, and it's just crazy to believe that I actually got the opportunity to go and experience it now.
How much of an advantage is it for you to be a demo driver, but to not be sitting?
Well, they're having a couple of shows during the break as well, so everybody's going to be driving, right? And I mean, I'm hoping to be there the year after, so just having the opportunity to go and get my horses all warmed up to that, I think it's a great opportunity.
Awesome, Colby. Thank you so much for joining us. Is there anything else? Do you got any more stories that you want to tell? Because I love that story, by the way.
I got lots of stories, but
but are they PG enough for broadcast?
Yeah. Well, no, I just want to invite everybody out to Onion Lake. There's so much to do there and so much going on, and there's entertainment all day long. And like you said, free admission, good food, and just come out and sit there all day and have a good time.
And hopefully get all 4 days in.
Yeah, no, that track's amazing there.
It is a pretty solid track, isn't it?
They built it for if we do rain out, right? Well, I mean, have rain days, and we can still run on it, right? It's a good base there and good material, so even if it rains, there's a covered grandstand, and everybody can come out and still watch some chuckwagon racing.
Do you set a goal at the beginning of the year?
I can't say I didn't. I mean, my goal really was to stay in that last heat because that's where I started, and I already messed that up. So we got to get back there now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Colby. Thanks for taking some time with us.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
And best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
And we want to thank you for joining us. We're back with you tomorrow morning. We'll be back out at Asset Link. And then we're also going to be broadcasting from the Border City Furniture on Thursday, and we're going to talk about TV. Now, TV has obviously disappeared here in Lloydminster, but we have a few members a few people that used to work there that we're going to talk to about some old stories and things like that, and find out and reminisce about the TV station. And so we look forward to you joining us Thursday morning at 10 o'clock, and once again back out at Asset Link tomorrow as they wrap up their first auction. And as Colby said, of course, it's a busy weekend out in Onion Lake Cree Nation with lots going on, not just the CPCA races, but tons going on as well. And once again, I want to thank Colby for his time, and we want to thank Coach Rack and Trista for visiting with us earlier today as well. Thanks, Colby.
Yeah, you bet.
We're back with you Thursday morning.